Xbox. You want a Xbox. 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 No one wants a Xbox.
What's up, everyone? It is the best bot, Kidsmoove.
Bro, stop calling yourself that, man. You're not even the best bot, bro. You're a pony bot. Get it through your thick skull, man.
And I'm back with another quick video. Now, last week or earlier this week, I had a complete meltdown.
Wow. A meltdown over a plastic console, bro. You hear this dude? I'm here crying, man. I could have been worried about my wife and kids, but instead I was thinking about Phil Spencer and how he portrayed us all. I've been here since day one with the Xbox One. You mean the original Xbox? No, the one that it says on my controller. You know that's not the first Xbox, right? I don't care, man. I've been here since the very beginning, and Microsoft, they out here putting games on PC, and now they putting them on Sony. It's just like, man, it just makes it hard to battle these ponies.
In regards to, Xbox and their quest to kill the Xbox console.
What is you talking about, bro? There ain't no quest going on here, man. All Microsoft wants to do is expand their gaming division. Why do people have so much of a problem with other people playing your games, man? That's how you know you're a fanboy. You know you're a fanboy when you have a problem that somebody could play a game that you're playing. Like, I've talked to some PlayStation fanboys, right, telling them that Crash Bandicoot, at the time, Insane Trilogy, would be coming out to other platforms, and it was only a timed exclusive for Sony, and they were fighting with me. Oh, no, it would never come to Xbox. You know that I've talked to them as of recently. They're like, nah. And these are people I know online, not people that I know personally. They're like, nah, I don't like the Insane Trilogy no more. How do you stop liking the game because it's on another platform? You get what I'm saying? So should I dislike every other Sega game because it's not on a Sega platform? Bro, come on, man. I'm tired of this, bro. I mean, at this point, I want consoles to die off, bro. I'm tired of this fanboy stuff, man. I really am, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, all you people want to do is suck the fun out of gaming. And anybody that follows you fools and think that what you're saying is credible, well, I really do personally feel bad for you because, to be honest with you, following content creators like this and actually taking them serious can really affect your whole perspective of the gaming industry.
With their One More Thing announcement to bring Indiana Jones to PlayStation 5. Again,
I thought PlayStation had nothing to do with this.
Just to recap,
Oh my God, man, what is this? Lifetime movies? Surviving Phil Spencer? Come on, man. Like, y'all gotta grow up, bro. You're like 40 years old having mental breakdowns over a plastic device. Do you hear yourself, man? You know what, man? I'm gonna have to talk to some Xbox influencers here, and we're gonna have you removed out of the Xbox community. You don't belong here. You don't belong in the gaming community. Okay? He is no longer the best bot, guys, because this is not what a Xbox fan would be doing. Y'all would be acting the same like these pony fanboys, but instead you can't choose between which side because you don't know which side is better. Nobody cares, bro. How about you just go back out there and enjoy gaming? You even said that it stopped you from playing video games, bro. The definition of a fake gamer.
Again, I know my opinion and my thoughts on it, my feelings regarding it may be very unpopular, especially amongst the Xbox community.
No, of course not. Of course not. Because to be honest, I mean, I don't even think the Nintendo community cares, bro. Nobody cares, bro. Like, what is you crying about, man? You wasting all this time crying and pounding on pillowcases when you could actually be pounding, whoa, hold on, I don't want to go. Somebody. How about that? But instead, you out here wasting your time talking about how Xbox is, they don't care about their console gaming division. Ain't you still getting Indiana Jones? And on top of that, aren't you getting it first? So why do you care, man, that these ponies finally get something to play? I'm all for it, man. I don't care if Xbox games go to PlayStation. That's not going to stop me from playing Xbox. I can play majority of PlayStation's titles through dev mode through my Xbox Series S and X. That doesn't take away the value of the PS5. Like, I'm really failing to comprehend or understand what's up with you fanboys.
And I understand that I could be a bit immature about some of the things, especially in this medium.
And you know what's even more shameful, bro? I went back and watched a video of him freestyling like 10 years ago. Kidsmoove was skinny. He seemed like he was in very good shape. And now look at him, man. He out here looking like the Nutty Professor, eating nothing but like cupcakes, Little Debbie's. What happened to you, Smooth? You know, what happened to Game Pass? Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Game Pass. Now it's Game Trash. Now you need to make a remix. Game Trash. Game Trash. Everything you put on Xbox is PS5. Game Trash. Game Trash. Everything you put on the box. Now you can't, like, bro, make a remix to that, man, because apparently you ain't a fan of how about Halo, Gears, and Forza Ninja Thought I Told Ya. Like, what happened? What happened to the good old glory days of Kidsmoove? But instead, he's out here crying on pillowcases. Game trash. Game trash. Ain't nobody want your ass. Game trash. Game trash. Why you going to put it on PlayStation? I should make a remix.
It's like really the only medium where I'm allowed to be really immature, a kid again, right? So
God, he want to be a kid again, bro. You a grown man, bro. Listen, I understand you ain't got that much facial hair, but you a grown man, bro. Look at yourself in the mirror, all right, once in your life, and understand that you got wrinkles right around your forehead, man. You're getting old. You're out here looking like somebody's grandma, man. You're out here looking like the guy from Dead Presidents when he got mad because he got his butt whipped in pool, man. You know, man, that's bullcrap, man. You know, the guy that always saying, man, every time he finished a sentence, man, you look just like that guy.
They'll play with it, not be a frown. I don't play with action figures. I don't like, you know, like I don't like, you know, trade, you know, Pokemon cards or anything like that. I play video games. Video games to
you sure about that?
Me, it's pretty much taking place of like. To me, it's like I treat video games. I value video games over music. I value video games over television and
you know, I value video games even over my own family,
film and stuff like that. So like I'm less interested. Back then, it was like I'm less interested in movies and music. It's definitely music. Music is probably like third. Because my music consumption now is like old hits. PlayStation. We kind of all thought that. To begin with, we thought it was going to be something like I said. It didn't become the thought of exclusivity didn't happen until the FTC.
Like, I mean, I didn't personally know if it was going to be a timed exclusive or not. I thought it was actually going to be a real exclusive. Finding out the information with Disney, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, but I'm not complaining. I personally don't care that PlayStation 5 owners get an opportunity to actually play somewhat of a good game. Who cares? It's being provided first, you know, which is Microsoft's primary platform, Xbox and PC. There you go. What is the problem? Even if Microsoft bought Bethesda and Activision, just so you guys can get early access to their games in comparison to Sony, which is probably more likely the case, who cares? Who cares? You're still getting it through the benefit of Game Pass. You guys are saving money, and yet you're chastising Microsoft for trying to help you save money. Like, what?
Case.
Oh, but I buy my games, though. I got a grown man system that I stand behind and I'll back. All right. Here we go with this. Man. This guy want to go on the podium. I got a grown man system that I stand behind and I'll back, bro. Hey, man, relax, man. Calm. I got a grown man system that I stand behind and I'll back. Did this man just throw his glasses now? All right, bro, you doing too much. I got a grown man system that I stand behind and I'll back. You only pay $500 for it. I don't care. I got a grown man system that I stand. Why you pointing to your chest like that, man? I know that hurt. That I got a grown man system that I stand behind and I'll back. Okay, we get it. But when was the last time you was the back of a girl? I got a grown man system that I stand behind and I back. Okay? But you know that's an inanimate object. It don't have your back, you know. I don't care. I'm a grown man that stand behind my system that I back. All right, you know, you can keep that.
And with the I think I'm more so bothered is that Xbox used pretty much a grand stage.
Who cares, bro? Here we go. They used the grand stage. You know, they used the grand opening. the grand closing for Concord. That's what they should be saying. Grand opening, grand closing, Concord.
It's like, hey, this is going to be the biggest announcement of the night, is that we're bringing our exclusive that we haven't brought out on Xbox yet to PlayStation. We want them to know right away. We want them right now, before we can actually enjoy the game. We want to let everybody know it's going to PlayStation. It's like, I feel like it's Xbox value the PlayStation platform and its customers over its Xbox.
Guys, listen, I understand that you guys are hurt that the game's not locked to your platform, but you cannot say that, Smooth. Did you just say that Xbox favoritizes PlayStation over their own platform when they're dropping the game on your platform first? Stop being a crybaby, okay? You're being a crybaby because you out here complaining, talking about, oh, you know, it looked like PlayStation 5. It looked like that's Microsoft's primary. Yet they're dropping the game 6 months before PlayStation gamers even get a chance to play it. Regardless of how minuscule or how petty or how whatever that may be, you were still the priority in this decision. Okay, I wonder when Doom Dark Ages drops day and date with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Game Pass release, what are you going to be saying then? Oh, look at that, there ain't no favorites. We ain't no favorites. We in the dark ages of Xbox.
And I think that's what really bothered me about it. It's like,
now go to PlayStation.
I don't care that's going to PlayStation. Honestly, and I already said this a couple times. I don't really.
Yes, you do, though. Yes, you do.
Care that it's going to PlayStation at some point, but it's like, at some point though, you have to show me that you're still in it for like the console users. You got to give
by dropping the game first for Xbox. Microsoft is not showing, bro. You know what, man?
Something of value. Let us like, okay, you know, I'm happy to be claiming on Xbox because I'm getting these games getting on Game Pass. You know, this is unique to the platform. I'm happy to continue to invest in this platform. But I just think it doesn't make Xbox look good in the light. It's like, I feel like
the fanboys. You fanboys don't matter. You fanboys ain't the ones bringing the money. After all that smack talk, you fanboys was talking about how you going to support Concord and y'all never did it. Ain't nobody want to hear nothing from you fanboys. All you guys are doing is running your mouths.
Use Indiana Jones to sell your console. Use it to sell your product.
It doesn't matter. Microsoft doesn't care. They're happy with how many console sales that they have. What do you people don't understand? It doesn't matter.
Use it to sell Game Pass. You know,
it doesn't matter, bro. Microsoft has PC, they have console, they even got Sony now. It's crazy, right? Like, they don't care no more, man. What do people don't understand? The platform is not the one making the money. Wukong sold better on PC. All these Helldivers 2 did better on PC. Even with an install base of 60 to 7 million PS5 owners, and their games are failing. You could only imagine if the roles were reversed. Xbox would be completely destroying Sony if they had the hardware sales. Sony wouldn't even be existing right now. The only thing that they got over Xbox is the hardware. But the consumers that support PlayStation have to take full advantage of that. Because if you don't, well, unfortunately, Sony has these hardware sales for nothing.
Indiana Jones will get a second win when it comes to PlayStation. And I feel like once you're done with Xbox, once it's released on Xbox and whatnot, you can then re-up the marketing again for when you put it on PlayStation. I feel like that's more appropriate.
That's exactly what they're doing.
I feel like Microsoft, their gaming division, does not study Nintendo and PlayStation.
They don't need to. They excuse me. So just because Microsoft has a different vision in gaming, which is very similar to Sega, mind you, there's a problem. And what is this? And listen, stop adding. I'm tired of people doing this. Stop putting Sony and Nintendo in the same category, because that's not what's going on here. Only Nintendo is the traditional sense of what a traditional console is. Stop putting Sony there. Sony's putting their games on PC. Like, didn't you hear the news? They put in Lego Horizons on even the Switch. Come on, man.
Well, when I was going to school for like marketing,
Oh, bro, here we go.
games, PlayStation.
You went to school for marketing, but guess what? You ain't got no marketing money.
There are games that are delayed on PC, that get a delayed release on PC. They get a second win because they get that, like, okay, we're focusing on our console first. That's where it's there.
I think it's better that they did it this way. Let PlayStation 5 owners know that, hey, man, we got no games, man. Microsoft is out here treating us good. Let these fanboys go out there and support these Xbox games. Let these PlayStation 5 owners know that they got something coming in spring so they can know they can get their pre-orders up. I mean, hey, they ain't got an Uncharted game. Why hide that from the consumers? Just because of how you feel? The games are coming anyway.
And then we'll announce it on PC or whatever, some later date. And I think, PlayStation and Nintendo, or PlayStation most importantly, does that.
PlayStation most importantly.
Very, very well.
PlayStation most importantly does that very well by putting their exclusive games on PC. Like, I get it, because I get it that these guys are not Nintendo gamers. I personally do like Nintendo or whatever, but you guys got to stop using Sony for this argument. Sony and Nintendo, they're not doing the same. And you guys know this. Nintendo ain't really been putting... I mean, Nintendo did. Like, this is a conversation for another. They put Fatal Frame Blackwater, and they put the other one on Xbox and PlayStation because they do own the rights of that because they funded it. But a lot of people, it's Koei. I remember trying to explain this to this dude because it's a joint venture. He's like, the Kidsmoove is the same. I was in a party with him. I talked to him before. Oh, no, they don't own Fatal Frame. Koei Tecmo does. And I'm trying to explain it to him with me and my boy saying, trust me, you don't want to argue with my boy when it comes to Japanese games, okay? He got 1 million gamer score and everything. Trust me, y'all are frauds. So, anyways, we're trying to explain this to Smooth and how they, Koei Tecmo has a joint venture with these specific games. I think even one on the Wii as well, with Fatal Frame Made in Blackwater, and then some other one that they got, right? Those games are co-developed by Nintendo. So therefore, that if Nintendo didn't agree with it, that game couldn't have come to Xbox and PlayStation. That means that Nintendo put their own intellectual game on a competing platform. Because the game didn't really do that well. You guys know Fatal Frame Blackwater or whatever. It didn't really do that well or whatever. But Nintendo co-developed that game. Well, that's not true. Fanboys don't even take the opportunity to listen to what you're saying. They automatically just jump to conclusions. Just like how Nintendo don't own Bayonetta. They own Bayonetta 2 and 3. Why, Kidsmoove? Because they paid for it. They funded it. Capcom made Street Fighter V, not Sony. But why is Street Fighter V still exclusive to Sony, guys? Because they funded the game. You think Microsoft owned how? And I remember explaining this. Microsoft was scalebound, even though that game got canceled. Microsoft don't make that game. Platinum did. But why wasn't it exclusive when it was originally going to come out? Because Microsoft funded the game. How hard is it for you to understand? You people confuse funding a game with timed exclusivity. There's a difference. When you are a joint venture, when you fund the game, you own a portion of what you funded. That's why Bayonetta 2 and 3 are exclusive to Nintendo Switch, but not the first game, because Nintendo didn't pay for the first game to be made. They paid for they paid for Bayonetta 2 and 3. I was trying so hard to explain it to this dummy, and he kept saying that's a timed exclusive. No, it's not. It's not in any sort of capacity, Smooth. No, it's not. You're comparing a company that funded an intellectual property to one that says, hey, we're going to, we'll give you 10, 20 million for the first 2 years and then you could drop it elsewhere. No. When you fund the game, you own a portion of it. That's what you people don't understand, which means that you also have the final say. That's the reason why GoldenEye is available on platforms, guys. You had the MG, you had Xbox, and you had, Nintendo. They both owned a portion of the game. This is why I have to explain gaming history, because this is just something that I love to do. So GoldenEye, they were going to have a better version on the 360, right? Which I wish was the one that we got. Nintendo blocked it. They're like, nah, we own this intellectual property. It was made for Nintendo. We funded it, right, with Rareware at the time. Even though you own it, you can't come up with that game, Microsoft, unless they both agreed to do it. And then the MG and then whoever has the James Bond license. So there was a lot of licensing going on there. They all came to agreement. GoldenEye is available on the Nintendo Switch. Now GoldenEye is available through Xbox. And the reason why Nintendo blocked it, because they were going to get the 64 version of GoldenEye and Microsoft was going to get a revamped version. But they both owned a portion of that game. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So when you people say, oh, no, they don't own it. They do. Nintendo did a joint venture with Fatal Frame. Nintendo has put a game on PS4 and Xbox. As much as you people don't want to admit it, they did. They own those properties, bro. Oh, and he kept saying, they don't own Fatal Frame. Listen, you big dummy. I didn't say Nintendo owned Fatal Frame. I said they own these specific titles. You get what I'm saying? This is why I don't like this dude, Kiss, because he's not intelligent with video gaming. Ain't nobody said Nintendo owned Fatal Frame. We know they don't own the PS2 games. We know that. But they own the games they funded, you big dummy. How hard, it's like I keep doing it. They try to explain it so maybe you guys can understand me. But let's move on.
And Xbox doesn't understand the zeitgeist, and I don't think they really understand why PlayStation.
I think you don't understand.
So popular.
PlayStation is so popular, right? It's so popular that Concord only had 500 concurrent players. Man, bruh.
And I really don't want them to give up on the platform. So I just really get frustrated on that because I feel like what they're doing could lead.
Bro, you already gave up on yourself. Forget the platform. You already gave up on gaming.
To like a slow. In this case, the Xbox moves kind of quickly, actually. A quick, death of the Xbox brand.
Oh, my God, bro. We've been hearing this for 20 years, bro, and Microsoft is still here.
As a platform or a physical platform. So.
Yeah, because you guys know Microsoft ain't going anywhere.
Phil Spencer has an interview. And
it just shows you that consoles are gone.
And that's pretty much what if Game Pass
PlayStation 5 owners, think about it. I made a video on Porter Rock, right? How he didn't have faith, right? When he said, even he said, I don't have faith in our community to support our exclusives. Kidsmoove, I don't have faith in Xbox to continue their console. Have you noticed one thing about these two fanboys, even though they play on different platforms? You guys don't have faith in your platform. GameStop with another W. Didn't I tell you the guys that consoles will cease to exist? Companies are going to start to see no purpose with these consoles. I'm telling you, bro. We are at the infancy stage, guys. We're not even fully there yet, and you guys already see the rudiments. Now it's finally starting to get to you. Now it's finally starting to hit you. Now all the stuff that, Porter Rock was saying about, Sony gamers, we support our games. We don't need Game Pass. That's clearly not true because y'all didn't support Concord. So I don't care. Oh, it's not a good game. It doesn't matter. That's an exclusive. Go out there and support it like you claim.
A medium light Netflix, like pretty much like deep.
Unbelievable, bro.
Original Xbox IP could potentially go.
And also, too, speaking on the Xbox, have you guys noticed that Dead or Alive, right? Because Microsoft does own a port. Y'all like, what? No, they don't see. You lying. You're lying. Yes, they do. Yep. You know how, because I think Dead or Alive 2 used to use the Naomi engine, which was the similar hardware for the Dreamcast, and that's why that game was ported there. But have you guys noticed that Dead or Alive, right? Think about it. Dead or Alive hasn't got re-releases, and the only ones they got releases for is Xbox. Have you noticed that? They got Dead or Alive 1, Dead or Alive 2 for the Xbox version, right? Dead or Alive 3. These are games they funded, mind you. Dead or Alive 4. Have you guys noticed these games haven't been on another platform? Oh! But Xbox don't own Dead or Alive according to Kidsmoove. You're right, but they own those specific games. Now, if those games go elsewhere, Koei has to go to Xbox and be like, hey, would you want to put Dead or Alive 3 and 4 on PlayStation? Which I think they should do, personally. I think they should. Microsoft, would you like us to put these games on here? Yeah. Why do you think? Okay, another example. I love giving examples. Shenmue Onimusha. A lot of people is disappointed as to why we didn't get Shenmue Onimusha, which is an Xbox original exclusive with the content, extra bosses, whatever have you. We didn't get that, but we got the PS2 version. You know why we didn't get that? Because Xbox owns that version. I would have loved to see that version come out, but I guess Capcom didn't want to do that, you know what I'm saying? And they probably just wanted to do a remaster without all this, hey, Xbox, can we do it? Yeah, I mean, they should have. They should have just contacted X, but the game didn't do well anyway, so it didn't even really matter in the end. But I mean, for the hardcore fan, it would have. But still, you know what I mean? I guess Capcom didn't want to pay out of pocket and say, hey, can we use the Shenmue Onimusha? Can we put that on PlayStation 4 and Switch instead of the regular one? But most people didn't play Shenmue anyway, so the Capcom said, who cares? Capcom's lazy with this stuff, guys. Who cares? We'll just put the PS2 version and call it a day. Microsoft owns Shenmue Onimusha. Microsoft owns those Dead or Alive 1, 2, and 3, and 4 games. They do. Well, they don't own Dead or Alive, though. It doesn't matter. They funded those games. And that's why I'm trying to explain to you. That's why those games are not on other platforms besides the newer titles.
To PlayStation at some point, that Halo.
And I know people in the chat watching this probably saying, thank you, games. I appreciate that there's a rational gamer that can articulate game, that can help break down gaming, because that's what gaming is also about. Breaking down gaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it, and this is facts. I'm the most realist content creator here, and you people know this, man. So when I get all this hate on my channel, I'm like, bro, I already know it ain't coming from a good place. I'm the realist, bro. I break stuff down. I don't come with Twitter leaks and rumors. I let you think. I let you channel that, little bit of that brain cell that you got there, even though it might not be there, and it just needs a little electricity. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, snap. Oh, GameStop. That. Oh, what? I'm not saying that my community's not like that, but for these fanboys, most definitely.
Gears of War, Forza, all these brands, these
Halo,
IPs
Gears, and Forza, Ninja thought I told you.
Are synonymous with the Xbox. I'm not going to count any of Bethesda IPs or Activision's IPs. Those it's whatever. I'm not expecting any of those games to be exclusive to Xbox anymore.
But you know what's even funny though? Microsoft is back to where they at. Have you noticed one thing about Activision and Bethesda? These are two companies that started what, guys? PC. Y'all like, oh, snap, GameStop, you're right. Bethesda and Activision have a lot of influences in PC gaming. ID with Doom, Wolfenstein. These are the games that, if you notice, that Microsoft wanted as a acquisition for their company. These are PC-centric companies, and they're some of the biggest that we've had.
Or to be exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem. But just knowing that, does that matter to you? I will say, personally, it should not matter to me because I have an Xbox, I have a PC.
Exactly. So what do you?
I'm invested in the Xbox.
So what are you complaining?
I'm going to continue to buy Xbox, or I'm going to.
Come on, man.
Consoles, and it becomes a problem.
Problems.
This only the crazy thing is because PlayStation is status quo. They're not going to make the changes to.
But they're not status quo though, bro. People ain't buying their games, man. Where's your video on Concord not doing well?
Port games.
That game did so bad they made Lord of the Rings Golem look good.
Xbox.
Come on,
and neither is Nintendo. They're not going to do that. And this is what makes it problems is PlayStation going to continue to sign exclusive deals. They probably don't need to now. They probably.
They low key they kind of do though. They kind of do, because that's the only thing that was really differentiating the Xbox and the PS5, the Final Fantasy 16 deal, the Stellar Blade deal. They got Black Myth Wukong. I'm telling you, the Sony's doing that publishing crap again like they did with the PS1 and 2. Guarantee it, bro. So I've been following Sony for a long time. I think I know exactly how they go about business.
If I'm PlayStation, I'm looking at my checkbook and stuff like that.
Tekken was originally planned for the Sega Saturn, and Sony blocked it by saying we'll publish the game for free as long as you keep it exclusive to our platform.
No, Xbox.
This is that Sony we're talking. I know this Sony. You guys cannot tell me how Sony operates. Sony's been operating as a business ever since the PlayStation 1. I know.
Screwing himself and giving us their games.
Well, it's not in the documents. It's not, bro. It doesn't matter. I know how they work as a business. That's why Final Fantasy VII was exclusive to the PS1, and so for some other reasons too, because Nintendo with the 64 cartridges. But still, that game was originally planned for the N64.
I don't really need to sign games. You don't. If you think about it, PlayStation doesn't need to sign on games anymore because they're not. Their platform isn't missing out on anything.
So PlayStation has Starfield. PlayStation is Gears E Day coming. We don't even know the full list of games that are coming, or at this point, you guys are just doing this doom and gloom stuff because nobody knows what's coming.
So you got PlayStation doing what they do, sign on exclusive, time exclusive, full exclusive. So they become a de facto because
I do notice there's one thing that I've noticed with this deal though, with the Activision and Bethesda. I think the problem is a lot of Xbox fans is hurt that the Bethesda deal didn't work in the favor that they thought it did, right? And these games are still going to come to PlayStation, right? Because there's still a lot of money there. But I do think, hopefully, if this is the case, Gears E Day, Perfect Dark, games that Microsoft owns, they can lock down while also giving you guys the best third-party gaming experience. Like, come on, bro. You Xbox dudes is eating good. Even if that's the case, even after what I just explained. Oh, PlayStation gamers get the Elder Scrolls 6. They get this, but we get it early. Y'all still eating good. Then you got your Gears, then you got your... You got top tier. third party, favoritizing the Xbox ecosystem first because of Bethesda and Activision, and then you got your exclusives like Gears Z Day and Perfect Dark or Halo that may continue, that may continue to stay exclusive to Xbox. That to me is a win-win. I don't see the problem in that from a quote-unquote fanboy perspective, but regardless, I don't care because I'll just pick them up on PS5, but whatever.
We'll have more games than
all right, I'm about to end this video because I feel like this is going to go too long.
Any game coming to Xbox, right? Buy Xbox. Nintendo it's still the de facto because they do nothing but full-blown core exclusive. That's what they got. And then you got the third-party reaction, the market shift.
Let's skip.
Then that's going to impact the content that goes in. So that will force them to really buy another publisher, a publisher that put out games consistently.
Wow.
Actually now have that.
Microsoft doesn't just make games more accessible to y'all. They also make games convenient, accessible, playable everywhere. Bro, come on, man. Microsoft is showing you that they're not even anti-consumer anymore, and yet you people still hate them.
Zeitgeist moment, like that moment that in the game, 60 FPS, Shattered Dreams come out. September 30th. I'm going to get lost in that again. Avowed, though, again, this 30 FPS problem that Xbox has, you think about Redfall. Redfall, again, had no business being 30 frames. I think that's what screwed it up for everyone because that's an Unreal Engine 4 game. It was an ugly game. Did nothing impressive.
That's true. But let's not forget that was their first game as well.
Did nothing next gen. Was not pretty. It wasn't pushing any technical bounds.
But see, at least with Xbox, they admitted that the game had issues and problems. What do people say at Sony? Y'all are some talentless freaks. That's what you get out of Sony, which essentially means we don't care about how you feel about our properties. At least Microsoft came and said, yeah, it wasn't as good as we thought it would. But hey, at least it was better than Concord.
Put in the performance mode, unlock FPS mode.
I mean, ain't that what Starfield got now, bro? Like, I mean, if that is what happens, maybe they want to put these games out as soon as possible, so they put the 30 FPS option, which to me is not that big of a deal, considering that Microsoft's got the 60, 120 frames per second multiplayer. Who cares? And if they want to update 60 FPS anyway later on, okay, so be it.
It would
if that's gonna put out the games quicker, then yes, I'm all for it.
One of my most anticipated games. It would have been my most anticipated game this year. But it got delayed. I said delayed. It's now probably like my second most anticipated game of next year because Fable will be my most anticipated game of next year.
That's what I'm saying. Look at it. You got all these games, bro, and y'all complaining, man. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video, man. Kidsmoove ain't nothing but a baby, and he's not the best bot. Plain and simple. He's a pony bot. Let's get it correct. It's the pony bot theory, not the best bot.